Fmr Anheuser Busch exec on Bud Light's marketing VP taking leave of absence. Who will it be accountable to? Have a cold Bud Light, not a woke one. Frericks urged. Bud Light's marketing VP Alyssa Heiner-Scheid has reportedly taken a leave of absence following worldwide calls to boycott the formerly beloved beer. She is being replaced by Budweiser Global Marketing Vice President Todd Allen, Adage reports. The company has also hired 2 consultants with experience in Washington, D.C.'s conservative circles to advise the brand moving forward. Former Anheuser Busch executive Anson Frericks reacted to the decision during an appearance on Fox and Friends Weekend, arguing that counting on conservative consumers to forget the controversy is the wrong bet to make. That's the bet they're making. I think that's the wrong bet to make. And I think now is the time to go back. And for companies like Anheuser Busch to say that, hey, moving forward for brands like Bud Light, we're not going to be political. We're not going to get involved in the environmental social governance movement, because that's not what the customer wants, Frericks told co-host Will Kane Sunday. The controversy began when the brand sent transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney a personalized pack of beer as part of an ad for the company's March Madness contest and to celebrate 1 year since Mulvaney began identifying as a woman. Mulvaney gained notoriety after interviewing President Biden on transgender issues in October. During the interview, Biden said that he does not believe states should restrict gender-affirming health care. Anheuser Busch has to choose who it's going to be accountable to. Former Anheuser Busch executive Anson Frericks, who worked for Anheuser Busch for over a decade, argued that the formerly traditional apolitical brand became engrossed in controversy when investment companies started pushing them to be accountable to all these so-called stakeholders, political organizations, activist organizations. There's a more fundamental problem that's going on right now where Anheuser Busch has to choose who it's going to be accountable to. Will it be its shareholders or its so-called stakeholders? Let me explain. Historically, Anheuser Busch has been accountable to its shareholders, which are people like firefighters, doctors, lawyers that invested in companies like Anheuser Busch via 400 and Onyx, or their pension plans, he continued. Over the last couple of years, there's been organizations like BlackRock, State Street and Vanguard that have pushed this new model of stakeholder capitalism, asking companies like Anheuser Busch to be accountable to all these so-called stakeholders, political organizations, activist organizations. And they do that by implementing ESG or environmental social governance policies in corporations that ask them to get involved in these controversial issues. But unfortunately, when you try to be everything to everyone, you end up being accountable to no one. The former Anheuser Busch executive urged Bud Light to remind themselves what their historically loyal customers want. What the customer wants with Bud Light is they want to have things that bring us together. They want humor. They want the dilly-dilly guys. They want football. They want the things that bind us together as co-equal citizens here, not necessarily having Bud Light get involved in political controversies that tear us apart. Heck, this is one of the most political brands out there, shared by Democrats and Republicans alike, Frericks said.